Welcome back to 50 Days of Trash, and today it is day 21, 3 weeks of getting rid of trash. And today, I didn't want to do this one, and it's not going to be the end of this by any means, but I was going through, at least looking at one of my bookcases that I need to clean out. And I found some CDs, compact disc. And some of these were some of my favorite things. So this one, I have 3 Haywood Banks CDs. Haywood Banks, if you're watching this, I love you, man. You are amazing. And if you've not heard of Haywood Banks is amazing. He is a comedian, and most of his stuff is songs. And my kids grew up listening to Haywood Banks, and it was so funny and silly, and they loved them. And we would play those all the time in the car. So I have an emotional attachment to these, and it is not easy to let them go. And so then I have a Bob Marley set, and Bob Marley, I have so many friends in Jamaica, and I love those guys so dearly. And one of them gave me this one time when I was there. And it's hard for me to let that go. I love those guys, and they are so kind to me. And I feel, it almost feels a little bit like a betrayal to get rid of something, a gift like that from a friend. But I don't know. This is a CD. I went to a concert probably more than 10 years ago. Who knows? It could have been 20 years ago. And this group from Brazil was touring, and I saw them in a small venue, and they were amazing. Absolutely amazing. Trio Brasileiro. So, Simples Assim, they are fantastic. If you really ought to listen to them. I mean, they really are great. And so I bought one of their CDs. Actually, I bought more than one. I saw them more than once, and every time I went, I would buy one of their CDs, and I used to listen to them. Les Mis. I have the CD set from Les Mis, and I've got to say that is arguably the best musical of all time. I know that there's some songs on there that in particular were important to me. And the story of Les Mis is also so important to me. But I don't know what to do. These are all CDs. And honestly, even though I'm emotionally attached to these things, I don't even think I have a CD player. I can't think of anywhere where I have a CD player that I could even play a CD. And so there's the emotional part of it. There's also kind of this knee-jerk reaction about the cost of it. I can recall when CDs, I don't remember exactly when they came out, but as I recall, it was maybe the late 80s or early 90s that CDs came out and started replacing vinyl records. And they were expensive. They were super duper it probably doesn't seem that way today, but they were about $25 a piece, and that was 35 years ago. So, think about that and maybe double or triple it, so they were not cheap. And I remember my best friend, Mark, who lived across the street from me, he had bought a new CD player and he had bought all of this stuff, and he'd gone and he replaced all of his favorite music with CDs, and he had them, and you have these shiny little discs. His two youngest kids got into the CDs, and they were pretty and all this stuff, and they took them and they were scratching them all over the walls, all over the rock, all over the brick, and all this stuff, playing with them. They ruined every one of his CDs. He just bought them, and I mean, I don't remember how many it was, but it was hundreds of dollars that he had to spend to replace those. And I just remember that. And so I guess part of it is that, when you first learn of them, you think, oh man, those are expensive. I mean, you really got to take care of those. That still kind of stays with you. So I don't know if I can bring myself to just throw these in the trash. I think actually these probably would all be able to just be put into the recycling bin. But I think I'm probably going to see if Goodwill will accept old CDs. It might be that there's some people who would use those. They may still have a player. And I don't know if they would or not, but I think I would feel better. I at least feel like I have to check and see, and maybe, donate those to Goodwill. And I got to tell you, I know when I found these, and it occurred to me, it's like, I'm going to find a lot more of these kind of stashed here and there. I'm sure we're going to see more of these as we kind of get around. And like I said, it's kind of hard to let them go. But I mean, there's no rational reason to keep them. I mean, there's really nothing that you can do with them. If you don't have a player, and I don't even have a player. I mean, it's old technology. It's kind of, I don't know what would be another example of that. Having like a gas light fixtures through your house, and nobody uses gas lights anymore. They use electric lights, and it's like, well, I mean, shouldn't we replace that, or at least do something to it, update it, fix it, do something? I mean, because it just doesn't work anymore. So anyway, with a heavy heart, we're going to get rid of some of my old CDs, and that makes day 21 of 50 days of trash. 3 weeks into it, starting week 4 tomorrow. Hope you will be with me for day 22. Hey, if you're enjoying these things and you think it's kind of fun to watch a hoarder have an emotional breakdown, kind of a little panic attack over getting rid of trash, please subscribe, and maybe someone else who would enjoy following along. If you don't mind sharing with that, I want to hear your comments. Tell me if you have a good idea about what you do with old CDs, and I get it before they either end up in Goodwill or in the trash. I would like to know. And if you think I'm crazy, you can put that in there too. So that's it, my friends. Have a great day, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye.